So today we are going to try the Last of Us Part 1, which recently got released. We are going to try it on RTX 3060 Ti. Resizable bar is enabled. You can see everything here, the BIOS version of the GPU. It is the Vision Gigabyte Vision variant of RTX 3060 Ti, and CPU we are using is i3-1200F, as you can see here. All the stats here. The Mobo we are using is Asus Prime B660M-A, and the RAMs we are using are 28 GB RAM. The cache latency and everything of the RAM you can see here. Both RAM are ADATA XPG D50. So also the driver version we are going to use is the latest driver. In the previous driver version I faced couple of issues. The game crashes happened very quite often, but it is now fixed thankfully. So also I'm not going to underclock or overclock the GPU. It is the stock setting, as you can see here, nothing I changed. So also I want to mention this game has like mostly negative reviews, as you can see here, because this game is like highly unoptimized and full of crashes and stutters and everything. Like, it requires too much of a VRAM. I don't know why they port this game like this, worsen this game like this. So yeah, we are still going to try. We are going to use the best use case scenario, which everyone who have this rig will want to play on. So it is like, try to get in between 50ish to 70ish fps. We try to get this fps on 1080p and 1440p. I already tried this game and this GPU struggles to give above 60 fps on high settings, even with DLSS on quality. So yeah, so there is no point to run this game on 4K or anything like that, because you will go down to 30 fps, which is no point at all. So we are going to use best case scenario to test this game on 1080p and 1440p and stay in between 50ish to 70ish range. So let's get into the game. So here we are in the game. So this is the best possible settings to play this game on 50 to 60 fps range. I tried couple of presets and with DLSS and without DLSS. Unfortunately, I was not able to get like constant above 60 fps with good visuals. Actually, I would wanted to find a preset with a balance between visuals and performance. So this is the best I found. This game is really demanding. Also, the second patch came today, second update came today, so I have it applied here. It is the updated game, so memory leak is some kind of fixed. Also, the crash issue is also fixed. My game crashed while building shaders like uh, 10 or 15 time, I guess. So now it is better, it won't crash at least, but it requires too much of a VRAM. So this is the high preset we are using. Everything is on high, so everything you can see here. Also, render resolution is 720p because we are using DLSS. I will show you in a bit. So as you can see, everything. Also, the lower textures and medium texture look really bad, to be honest. Like grass and all that stuff doesn't look right with medium or low texture. So that's why I wanted to use higher settings. Even on medium you won't be able to get above 60 fps for the most part. So in display setting here, we are using DLSS. On quality, we won't go above quality like on balance or performance DLSS, because it will like blur the textures and also we will lose too much of a visual quality. So that's why I'm sticking to quality DLSS just to maximize the FPS. Even though you can choose to play this game without DLSS, but it will cause the VRAM, it will like go above the VRAM we have right now, so it will cause more stutters. So to get less stutters, I chose DLSS on quality. At least it is lower than our allocated VRAM. Also, the motion blur is off, the worst thing in every game. FPS are unlocked. 1080p we are using right now. So this is the best settings on 1080p. You can play this game with best visual quality and performance. Although you will face some stutters, still you will face some stutters, like severe stutters in the game, but that is way lesser than going up above setting like on ultra or anything with this rig. So this is the best possible setting. Also, the FPS will differ from every scene. Like this game doesn't have like benchmark tool, so I can't benchmark the game. So from scene to scene it will differ. So that scene I chose, it have too much AI stuff going on, like people running and zombies biting the people. So so much AI going on. Also there is a blast in the end, so it will like cause a stutter for the most of the you when sudden blast happen. So we will see there. And the third thing I notice is the high RAM usage. Games these days use too much of RAM, like 16 gigs of RAM is like too low for them, I would say. Like you will get out of memory error. I got out of memory error in Hogwarts Legacy, and I got in this game too. Atomic Heart I tested, I didn't get out of memory error, but still it was using high RAM. So 32 gigs of RAM is the new 16 gigs. So I guess you got everything, the idea and all. I briefly explained everything to you, so let's just get into the game. So here, as you can see, lots of AI stuff going on, as I told you before. Also the frame time graph isn't the ideal one, but still it is better, I would say. Here there was a stutter. I was talking about this blast. Like we didn't get any stutters with this blast. That's why I just said like the settings is better. It's still you will face some stutters when FPS go below 40. So let's run this scene again. Okay, where it was, here it is. So let's run this scene again and see. 3 or 4 stutters I faced last time. So for the most part your FPS will stay above 50 but won't go above 60. So I guess you got the idea how much FPS you will get. Like from 50 to 60 FPS you will get with this preset on this rig. This is a really high demanding, to be honest. So I guess you got the idea. So let's jump onto the 1440p and see how much FPS we get in 1440p. So as you can see, now we are on 1440p. Here it is, and DLSS is still on quality. If we go above, it won't be like beneficial to play it on 1440p, obviously. Like if you really wanna play on DLSS with performance on 1440p, it's not worth it. So the graphics settings, you can play it on high, but it will cause VRAM issue as usual. So to keep the RAM under the allocated one we have to like lower the preset to medium with quality DLSS if we want to like play this game on 1440p. We will get the similar FPS as on high with DLSS quality on 1080p, like 50 to 60ish FPS, 50ish FPS for the most part we will get with this preset with quality DLSS, like similar to the previous 1080p benchmark we did. So yeah, for the medium preset, also the scene I chose, I can't stay at one place and show you the texture quality difference, but here there is a huge difference in texture quality in medium to high. You can see in the pictures like low is like worst. Even on medium you can see the gun, like there is no texture here on the gun on medium. So like trees and all the stuff and all the pavements will look really bad with medium, but that's the sacrifice you have to make if you want to play on 1440p. Otherwise 1080p with this rig is enough, I guess. So that's why I chose high for in 1080p. But if you really want to play this game on 1440p, medium is the way to go. Also that's the object texture quality which is using this much RAM. The thing which makes things worse is this, like, you can see the difference of texture in the picture, like how much difference the textures have. So textures play the huge part in this game. So yeah, that's the best preset you can use on 1440p to get like balanced balanced visual quality and like good performance. I won't call it like good or best visual quality like I called in 1080p. I hope you get it. So let's get into the game with the same scene. As you can see, we are getting like similar FPS as the previous benchmark with 1080p. Also the VRAM usage, as you can see, it is using 7.1 gigs of VRAM. Here we didn't face the stutter as before. 14 gigs of RAM it is using, 7.1 gigs of VRAM it is using. So let's run it again. Also have a look at this game use CPU too. Like most of the game I previously benchmarked, this was not the one, this was the one. So the previous game I tested like Atomic Heart and others were not CPU intensive. This game is also CPU intensive, like lots of AI stuff running, going around here as people are running. So GPU is not using too much of the power here, which is surprising for me. Still there are stutters, like you won't be getting like a stutter free experience with this rig. Unfortunately, let's run this again. I want to have a look at the power draw of the GPU. I don't know why, but that's really good that this GPU is not drawing too much power. Also the reason which is why it is not drawing too much power is because I guess DLSS we are using, so it is rendering on lower resolution. So I guess you got the idea how much FPS you are going to get with 1440p. So if we go to 4K, I don't see anyone playing this game on 4K on this rig. Honestly, that's the way first use case scenario of this rig. So I won't be benchmarking it on 4K. Although you can play it on 4K, I can easily tell you have to use DLSS on balance or performance with lower preset. You will get like 40ish 50ish FPS easily. So that would be the worst case scenario. So these are the two best scenario you can play this game on 1080p and 1440p. I showed you all. So that's all for today. Hope you guys have a good day. Peace out.